Welcome to Talk Utah, everybody. I'm Holly Love with the handsome Mr. Trip Mitchell. Trip, how are you today?
I am at the paradigm of my technical challenges.
What? Is that the
I had a friend in...
sign language?
No, I was just trying to pull up one of your videos, and I'm typing this stuff in, and I'm typing away, and I'm getting mad, and I'm cursing the machine, and then I noticed the plug to my...
Keyboard wasn't actually...
Yeah, typically, if the plug to your keyboard is on the floor,
your keyboard won't work.
I found
Unless
it to be
there is a cordless keyboard. We just need to get you everything cordless, and then you would be fine.
I have a computer, my laptop, which you gave me, which for a 15-year-old laptop is very, very impressive, and combine it with my computer skills.
And the fact that the screen is like that big. It's like you could put it in your pocket.
Well,
I think my phone is bigger than the laptop.
Your phone is quite a bit bigger, but you sit on your phone all the time, so it's adopted. When you came out, Holly had one of the first curved cell phones.
And it went away, too. That's not even existent anymore.
Well, I know.
It came and went in like 3 months. It was old school.
It didn't really work. That was kind of one of the challenges.
That's true.
You know, anytime you have a phone that's designed to fit under your butt and be sat on, that's probably not good for technology.
That's not why they designed it for.
Why did they do the curve?
For viewing. So it was like curved.
No, it's designed for your butt. You had to go in and get fitted for that thing.
Wow. Okay, Trip, you're moving. Change the subject. You're coming to my hood.
I am coming to beautiful North Salt Lake, and where I'm living.
Look out, North Salt Lake.
Where I'm living is just a couple blocks south from you.
I know.
But we have a landslide on one side.
Yes.
We have a toxic gas field on the other.
It's beautiful. You have beautiful lights. It's like Christmas all the time.
From my porch, you look out and you see a flame, and then you see oil fields.
That means things are good when the flame is up.
I have nicknamed that place Baghdad, and I was told unconditionally that I can't say that around the rest of our residents.
Why?
I think that's not exactly a complimentary. When most marketing companies, when you have new development, you don't call it Baghdad West.
But where you're at is really cool. You're at Eaglewood Lofts. And I mean, that place is awesome.
It is, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And the sport. I mean, I'm going to come over and hang out.
But I just don't want to give her the apartment number yet, because she would be there all the time. Hey, when we come back,
I wish I would be there all the time.
Holly, you would make my days so happy if you were there always.
Oh, it just got scary.
Yeah, well, that's how I feel.
So
when we come back after
all of it, they're not buying any of it.
When we come back after the short break, we've got news you can use. That's Holly Love. I'm Trip Mitchell. You're watching Talk Utah.
If you've been looking for alternative healthcare, imagine coming into a facility where you can meet with someone who specializes in your condition and then takes your exam findings and meets with a team of specialists to come up with a combined approach that will put you back on the path to health. At Integrated Wellness, they have everything from a medical doctor to an allergy specialist on staff. All combined, they can treat conditions ranging from rheumatoid arthritis to allergies, even chronic fatigue. Call Integrated Wellness for your consultation so you can be on the path to wellness today. System Networks has been helping companies nationwide for a surprisingly low price. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient and able to focus on the work they do. System Networks has the most sophisticated and secure cloud services in the country and programs like Office 365. Plus, System Networks can customize data plans to meet the budgetary needs of any sized company.
My name's Jeff Laramie. I'm the CEO of Beans and Brews Coffee House. I originally called System Networks because we wanted to try outsourcing our IT. I would highly recommend System Networks because they've been a fantastic IT partner for us. They're super reliable, very knowledgeable, and they've just been a great overall consultant for us.
Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best.
And I wish you were here during the commercial. Welcome back to Talk Utah. Holly just admitted something that I'm a little embarrassed about, but let's talk a little presidential politics. This is my favorite year in the cycle.
Really? Now, hold on, because I have to tell you, I'm so excited to talk presidential politics with you because Farrell was on, and Obama had just visited Utah and was in his backyard basically at Hill Air Force Base. And I was like excited to talk politics, and Farrell's theory is he won't talk about anybody he doesn't know.
That would be great if he lived in Iowa, where
Did you watch that show?
No,
so
I very rarely watch it when I'm not on. Being the
So-
narcissist that I am.
Anywho, I've been excited, I've been prepping, and I have questions for you.
Okay, but first, let me say why this is the coolest year.
Okay, go.
Okay, so in 2016, you start real early. You've got the Iowa caucuses. Then every weekend, every Tuesday, there's a primary or a caucus. But in the year before is when all the yin-yangs come out and the wackadoodles. And on the Democratic side, you've got Bernie Sanders, who just came in, who's a left-wing. He looks like the guy from Back to the Future. Who's the
Doc.
Yeah, Doc. He looks just like Doc. He's a mad
Is
scientist.
the flux capacitor fluxing?
Exactly. The guy, he's doing a show for BYU TV.
Okay.
But anyway, so all the wackadoodles come out.
Oh, okay.
And so we got a couple wackadoodles who just got in. And then you got Chris Christie, who's he's just a nut job. And he's got Bridgegate behind him. And
We got Hillary in there.
Hillary, I'm not.
All the wackadoodles.
She was a former Secretary of State and one of the most influential senators in her short stint in New York State. So wackadoodle isn't exactly how
You were just saying all the wackadoodles come out right out of the gate. I mean, she was one of the first.
But she's on one side. The Republicans typically, last time out, had a wackadoodle a week. So in this period, the year before the election, every week the polls
Just
would
trying
change.
to learn the school, though. So it's all wackadoodles
Except
except for...
A couple who are like Jeb Bush on the Republican side,
Okay,
a very accomplished governor of the state of Florida,
okay.
a great leader. If his last name wasn't Bush, he'd win this thing
Well, you're related to the Bushes.
through marriage. Okay, and Kennebunkport.
You're a Bush.
I am through marriage. I am.
You should be a fan of these people. You should support the family.
I support the family. I just don't support him being president of these United States. It hasn't gone well, at least in the last example.
Actually, maybe don't support them because they'll just keep going. You're probably non-support is helping
But let me
them out.
talk about some of the other wackos.
Okay, no, so what do you think about, well, let's not call them wackos, but what do you think about the latest to join? So we got Marco Rubio, Florida.
Marco Rubio, who can't drink water properly, when he did the
Why can't you drink water?
why last year or 2 years ago, Obama gave the State of the Union, and he gave the Republican rebuttal, and he had water to his lips every 30 seconds. First of all, he looks like he's 12 years old.
Maybe he's losing his voice. I'm losing my voice. You're just being mean. That's just being mean.
Then you've got Rand Paul, and
Ron Paul's
kid.
child.
Rand Paul, who up until a year ago felt that we shouldn't have a foreign policy. Then you've
Okay.
got Ted Cruz out of
Who has
he's
a really cool name.
but he is a Harvard-educated, Canadian-born
Texan.
Texan. I mean, that's 2 out of 3 ain't bad when it comes to meatloaf, but in this case it is. Then you've got a bunch of other guys who run. But Jeb Bush is very solid. Chris Christie probably would make a good president, except everyone would hate the United States, and because he just tells people what they think and he likes to pick fights.
Okay.
So, and on the Democratic side,
What about our female candidates?
well, when she was with Hewlett Packard, she laid off a lot of people and got let go as the chairman of Hewlett Packard. Ran in 2012, I believe, against Barbara Boxer in California and lost remarkably. So she's 0
You
for
don't
1.
think she's got a chance?
No, but she had the best line ever about global warming. She said, I'm not an expert. If 95 out of 100 experts in the field of climatology say there's global warming, then probably there is. So I like her for that. She's very charming. Carly is seems like a wonderful person, but doesn't have much of a record to go on.
Do you remember her last name?
Fiorina. Fiorina.
Chris was helping me remember how to say it because it's like how Arnold Schwarzenegger would say California.
California.
Califorino.
Carly Fiorina. That is a great job.
Yeah.
But so that's the field in a nutshell. That's my 4 minutes analysis. I think it's going to be Jeb Bush against Hillary.
Exhausted.
And, it's 2 brand new names in politics that we haven't heard of before. It should be really intriguing.
The Bushes and the Clintons.
Do we think we have a dynastic system of government here?
Dynastic?
Yes. Where you have
Like
family
the
dynasty?
Dynasty?
Yes.
Ooh, I think we should bring back Dynasty. Remember that show?
I do vaguely. I had more important things to do in the 80s than...
Yeah, my mom always watched it.
She would let you watch it? Well, you know what?
Awesome.
What are we going to do when we come back?
We're going to talk a little bit more politics because I actually got to interview the lieutenant governor of our state and talk about, some business stuff.
Okay.
A good time, nonetheless.
We'll be back after
Don't
the
go
short
anywhere.
break.
At Salt Lake City Med Spa, beauty goes way beyond skin deep. While Dr. Brent Larson is nationally sought after for his unique ability to combine precision and skill with artistry and the latest technology, including Ultherapy, the amazing non-surgical facelift with no downtime, and Cool Sculpting, the safe, easy, non-surgical way to eliminate those stubborn fat areas. He also specializes in diet, exercise, and hormone therapy. So if you're feeling tired, anxious, have weight problems, or you're on depression medication that just isn't working anymore, call for a free consultation with Dr. Larson and discover how fast bioidentical hormone therapy can re-energize your life, making depression and anxiety disappear in as quickly as a few days. Plus, mention this ad and receive 30% off any procedure. Salt Lake City Med Spa, where beauty goes beyond skin deep.
We did the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the neurologists and all the different ologists. Brain Balance was able to put their finger on it and say, this is exactly why she's struggling.
If one hemisphere of the brain dominates the other, learning and behavior are affected. Brain Balance fixes this connection, resulting in life-changing improvement.
At school, the teachers can't believe the change that has come about.
This is not my kid anymore. This is this totally different kid.
Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient, productive, and able to focus on the work they do. Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. System Networks, allowing you to do what you do best.
And welcome back to the show. Holly went out to the Davis County Chamber of Commerce Business to Business Expo, and you did some business.
Oh, I did some serious
Or as Eddie
business.
Murphy would say, business.
We did. There was a lot of really cool business happening. And our own Lieutenant Governor, Spencer Cox, he spoke to everybody telling us the state of Davis County and Weber and how great they're doing. I mean, well, Davis County specifically, and how they are booming. And guess what?
Was he referring to me moving into Davis County?
He didn't know that at that time. I didn't know that at that time, or I would have maybe, given his advisors a little
Heads up, they might have to shoot the GDP up just a little bit.
Might need to have that. But he is from Sanpete County, Trip. He grew up next to my Aunt Ada.
Really?
Yeah.
And he overcame that.
My Aunt Ada was dear, and he knew all my cousins, and I mean, the world is like this big. All roads lead back to Spanish? Sanpete County.
I grew up in Wayne County. It was easier to say, let's take a look at the package.
Okay, everyone, I am here with the big headline speaker, our Lieutenant Governor. Hey, we are from the same area, Sanpete County.
Really?
My mom knows your parents.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. It's a small world, especially in the state of Utah.
Oh, yeah. And Cox down in Sanpete County, that is a name.
It is. We don't get out very often. We just kind of, once you're there, you're always there.
So is our mom and dad still down there?
They are. Yeah, they are indeed.
Are they in Ephraim or Manti?
So they're actually in Fairview now.
Oh, they're in
So
Fairview.
yes.
My mom grew up in Mount Pleasant. So,
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm connecting all of the dots.
Yeah.
So very cool. I loved your speech. Economy is doing great in Utah, and you specifically said Davis County. Let's talk about why. What's going on here? Why is it such a great, booming little area?
Well, there are a lot of reasons, but really we have a business-friendly state. It's interesting as I talk to employers, and they're coming from all over. People want to move their businesses here to Utah. We see it. A lot of them are coming from California right now. Too much regulation, too much litigation, employees that don't show up to work on time. It's fascinating to me. I've had companies come here and say, look, we came here because of the business climate, but the best part about this move was you have the best employees in the country. They're loyal, they're smart, they're educated, they're hardworking, and they just couldn't be happier. So great things are happening because of the people that live here.
Wow, that is really cool because I know right now it's really hard to get a job in California, so it seems crazy if you actually have one that you would be like not showing up on time. It's kind of a crazy thought.
It is crazy, but it's just interesting. It's kind of a societal thing. There's this entitlement, I think, kind of vision out there, and we don't have that here in the state of Utah, and we're being rewarded for it. Again, people are coming here. We're starting. Also, this is important because unemployment is really low. We're starting to see wages move up, and that's good. That's good for people who are putting food on the table, being able to buy a little bit more in the economy, and really save money for a rainy day. And that's what's important. We know the economy, there will always be downturns, and so we need to take advantage of the good times to prepare for the bad times, and we're doing that right now.
And we're on our way up. No signs of stopping as far as moving up right now?
You know, we've talked to several economists recently, and they still feel that we are still on an upward trend, that all of the economic indicators are very positive right now. There is still a little bit of a drag from the national economy on us, but they don't believe that we've peaked or that we're in any type of a bubble. The growth this time has been much better than in 2005, 2006, 2007. There was this false kind of narrative out there. There was definitely a bubble. Things were growing too fast. Historically, 3% growth is the average for Utah. We're at 4.2 right now, so we're just a little above historic growth, but we're not seeing 5, 6, or 7% growth. And while that growth is good, it can also be dangerous. So we feel like it's sustainable. We feel like we're doing good now, but again, we're prepared.
So on a personal note, tell me about, what a day in the life is like for you. What do you do every day?
So that's a great question.
Work around the clock.
Yeah. So every day is an adventure for me. It changes every day. No 2 days are alike, but normally I get up very early. I live in Fairview. It's 100 miles commute to the Capitol.
You live in Fairview?
I do. I do live in Fairview.
It's beautiful. Do you go camping up in Skyline Drive?
I do all the time. Yeah.
That is like the most beautiful canyon in the world. Just sidebar.
Well, we're a little biased, but I agree. So no question.
It just is. Okay, anyway. Okay, so you commute in from Fairview. Holy cow.
I do. So I get up to the Capitol just depending on my schedule that day. I get there, sit down with my staff. We go over the week or the day, kind of whatever's happening, who's staffing me. I will generally meet with the governor multiple times during the week, and so that happens. And then generally I'm traveling. I go to events like this. This was great today. Some weeks I'll give up to 25 speeches like this. It's crazy. I also serve as the Secretary of State. So foreign dignitaries are here. I mentioned before I had the ambassador from Russia just last week. This week I had the ambassador from Afghanistan to the United Nations. So we meet with them, do a lot of trade talks and things that way. And then I try to spend time with legislators as well. I'm the chief liaison between the governor and the legislature. And so I'm working with legislators on their priorities, their bills, whatever it takes to keep the state of Utah moving in the right direction.
When do you sleep?
Sometimes at night. So that's generally how
you do actually get the sleep in. I think we need to get you like a plane or something, because the canyons, like, do you go through Nephi Canyon?
I actually go through Spanish Fork Canyon, so that's a little bit faster that way for me. Yeah. And it's great. So I use that time. I have a Bluetooth, so make phone calls on occasion. See, other people get on the phone when they drive. I get harassed constantly because that's when I get most of my phone calls made, is while driving. There you go. So I have to be very careful and drive carefully with the Bluetooth, right? So we're very safe. But I also listen to a lot of books on tape, podcasts. It's a chance for me to continue learning, continue growing, and
probably get like a minute to yourself.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, it's kind of my only alone time. So kind of decompress a little bit and move on to the next event.
Well, Lieutenant Governor Cox, thank you so much for talking to us today. Thank you for an amazing speech, and good luck with the rest of your day. Try to drive safe home and tell Mom and Dad hi.
Thank you, I will. And thanks to all of you for your great work. Thank you.
You bet. At Salt Lake City Med Spa, beauty goes way beyond skin deep. While Dr. Brent Larson is nationally sought after for his unique ability to combine precision and skill with artistry and the latest technology, including Ultherapy, the amazing non-surgical facelift with no downtime, and Cool Sculpting, the safe, easy, non-surgical way to eliminate those stubborn fat areas. He also specializes in diet, exercise, and hormone therapy. So if you're feeling tired, anxious, have weight problems, or you're on depression medication that just isn't working anymore, call for a free consultation with Dr. Larson and discover how fast bioidentical hormone therapy can re-energize your life, making depression and anxiety disappear in as quickly as a few days. Plus, mention this ad and receive 30% off any procedure. Salt Lake City Med Spa, where beauty goes beyond skin deep. System Networks has been helping companies nationwide for a surprisingly low price. With a wide range of 24/7 technical support services and a staff of high-level network engineers, System Networks can eliminate all your company's time-wasting technical problems, allowing your team to be more efficient and able to focus on the work they do. System Networks has the most sophisticated and secure cloud services in the country and programs like Office 365. Plus, System Networks can customize data plans to meet the budgetary needs of any sized company.
My name's Jeff Laramie. I'm the CEO of Beans and Brews Coffee House. I originally called System Networks because we wanted to try outsourcing our IT. I would highly recommend System Networks because they've been a fantastic IT partner for us. They're super reliable, very knowledgeable, and they've just been a great overall consultant for us.
Mention this ad and they'll put $1,500 toward a new server, cloud licensing, or firewalls. Let System Networks handle your technical needs so you can focus on what you do best.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We have Rich Bonaducci in the house. Woo! Did you like that?
Yeah.
I'm always so excited for you to be here.
I was waiting for you to go, woo, woo, and all that.
Oh, I'm so glad you did it. Should we do it together?
Let's do it.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay,
I'm
now
here.
we just totally lost all chances of ever doing a show together.
3 days a week, that went down to 1.
Okay, but we are going to be talking summer blockbusters, so maybe they won't want to leave.
I agree.
The goods
Just stick
on
around.
what is coming down the pipe.
Yes, of course. Everyone knows what's coming because of the internet these days.
Can I be honest with you? I don't.
Don't know what the internet
so
is?
busy. I know what the internet
Okay.
is. But I've been so busy that and then there's not been movies in the world for so long that it's like, seriously.
Okay, for those who are too busy, I can catch you up.
Okay.
First of all, yes, summer technically doesn't start till June 21st, which is also Father's Day, by the way.
Good reminder.
But pretty much Avengers Age of Ultron started off this summer.
It did.
And it did very well. It didn't quite do Avengers numbers, very close, but I'm sure the studio is still very happy. And really that has kicked it off already.
And what did you think of it?
I gave it a B minus. Sorry, Chris. But it was weaker, I thought, than the first one. In fact, I thought it was a retread of the first one. But we can get into that another time.
Okay.
Because we've got a lot to get to. Because
Okay.
before summer ever officially starts, I mean, before the 21st, we've got Mad Max, Fury Road,
Ooh,
Poltergeist.
Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Looking hot.
Tom Hardy. Poltergeist 2015, because everything old is new again. Tomorrowland, and Jurassic World.
Okay.
All of that is coming before summer even officially starts on June 21st.
Which is good because I feel like we had nothing since Christmas.
Well,
It's like making up for the fact that it's just been so boring.
Well, that's where the studios put the stuff they have no confidence in. But yeah, that's what happens. But then June comes and we get another Pixar movie called Inside Out.
And you know that director.
Which I've seen it already, and I got to interview the director and one of the producers, so hopefully we'll have that.
What did you think of it?
That interview. I'm allowed to say this, by the way. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I can't quite give a review, but he was like, in the interview, he goes, if you like it, please say so. I'm like, oh, okay. So I liked it.
He was the director of Up, right?
Pete Docter, yes,
Yeah.
he also directed Up.
Cool.
But we also have Seth MacFarlane's Ted 2 coming again.
Yes. Did you like Ted 1?
If you like his stuff, you'll like his movie because it's his stuff live action.
I guess I just like his
You know
stuff.
what I mean? So if you like it, you'll like it. But that's June, and then in July, Magic Mike, XXL. No?
Well, I
Maggie's liking it.
I just got bored. But I know the story didn't carry. I know.
All right, whatever.
I know. But Joe, what's his last name? Joe, the one that's just.
Yeah, the big guy, the werewolf.
Yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful
He is a beautiful man.
thing to look at.
He
Yep.
is.
Yep.
And then we have another beautiful thing to look at. No. Terminator Genesis.
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger returns to the role
Oh.
with an aging program, I'm
I
assuming.
was just gonna. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's in July. And then we'll have some stuff for the kids. We have Minions, which is an offshoot of the Despicable Me movies, you know. And we also have another Marvel movie, Ant-Man, with Paul Rudd. and it's pretty much going to be a comedy. Whereas a lot of Marvel movies were, action comedies, I think this is a comedy action.
Oh, I'm excited. What's the buzz on that one? Because I love Paul Rudd.
You know what? The buzz is that everybody loves Paul Rudd, and it was smart to get him. Because it's a movie about a guy who gets small and rides ants.
Oh.
So if you're going to have anyone sell it, make it Paul Rudd. And then, of course, you have MI5, Rogue Nation, with Tom Cruise. Ooh. And then coming in August, we have the Fantastic Four reboot, and even in September, Maze Runner. So there's a lot coming.
Are we gonna hit some of these junkets, Mr. Rich Bonaduce?
It would be great.
Are we gonna start doing this?
Yes.
Okay, I think we should.
Hey, we're on like 9 days a week, so we have to.
Well, we might as well. We got some time to fill.
Yep.
All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
With over 20 years' experience, Liberty Handyman is your best choice for your #1 investment, your home. Liberty Handyman specializes in stucco, paint, plaster, and stone. Locally owned Liberty Handyman will do the job right, on time, and on budget. Your smile and satisfaction when a job is done is our goal. Giving you the freedom to choose the best. Liberty Handyman. Call 801-660-7221 to speak to the best.
We did the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the neurologists and all the different ologists. Brain Balance was able to put their finger on it and say, this is exactly why she's struggling.
If one hemisphere of the brain dominates the other, learning and behavior are affected. Brain Balance fixes this connection, resulting in life-changing improvement.
At school, the teachers can't believe the change that has come about.
This is not my kid anymore. This is this totally different kid.
My agent just called. Some of the big networks back in Washington want to hire us to do brilliant analysis of the political field.
I am not surprised, Trip Mitchell. I mean, I think we are ripe and ready.
I could be the Bernie Sanders of the disheveled political commentators. He literally did his news conference to start the thing and said, I only got a few minutes for this. That's priceless. Every other candidate, they do an amazing job, but we had a lot of fun today. Rich.
So much fun. I love it when Rich is on the show, and he's going to be back. We're going to be talking summer blockbusters and all kinds of movie news in segments to come. And you know what? I have some big news.
And what is it?
We are on 3 times a day on Comcast now.
And we're on 3 times a day on KPDR.
We are moving on up, people.
Let's do the math. So
Yeah.
if we're on 3 times a day on Comcast, 3 times on 19, would that be 6 times a day?
Yes.
6 times they get to see you.
And you. And here are our political views.
And I'm going to have such a fun year.
I promise we rarely talk politics, people.
Well, just because we're so insightful. But Holly, thank you so much. Rich Bonaduce, as usual, great job. We'll see you next time on Talk Utah. Have a wonderful day.